I'm Deous Mary Ekyaligonza. I'm a lecturer at Mountains of the Moon University and a PhD student at the University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences in Vienna, Bosco. I have been participating into the process of developing a Master of Science in Agroecology curriculum at MMU. This Master of Science in Agroecology curriculum has been developed under the project called AER, that is Agroecology in the Rwenzori, and this project has been implemented by Mountains of the Moon University in partnership with Bosco, that is the University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences, Vienna. So this project has been developed under the funding of the Austrian Partnership Program in Higher Education and Research for Development, that is what is commonly known as AER, under the Austrian Development Agency. How unique is our Master of Science in Agroecology curriculum at MMU? This Master of Science in Agroecology curriculum has been developed following a demand and needs assessment from the community. So the communities were contacted, they told us their challenges and what they think they need in order to solve the challenges that they face in the Rwenzori region. So this course or program is multidisciplinary in nature, having different courses related to the natural science and also the social. The social, I mean the cultural aspects regarding marketing, aspects regarding the gender. So all those are captured under our program. Then the courses under this program are developed following a system thinking approach, whereby everything is seen as a system. For example, if I talk about production, how is it? I look at the plant, I look at how do I improve the soils, how do I improve the yield, how do I improve all those things that work together in order to bring out the yield of a crop. Then another unique aspect of this program is that we have demonstration units that have been developed both at Mountains of the Moon University and the communities. The different communities, those are around 4 districts in the Rwenzori region. So students will be attached to these demonstration units and they will learn from the farmers and farmers will also learn from them. By doing so, we are co-creating knowledge. Then another good aspect of this curriculum is that it's involving innovative gender-sensitive participatory tools, whereby we shall also engage students using radio programs in order to learn, and other tools that will come along.
I'm called Benedicto. I work at the Mountains of the Moon University in the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. And also I'm one of the team leaders in the Agroecology Rwenzori project, which involves the establishment of a demonstration garden, or we can call it a farm. So for my main role in this project is to make sure that there is a fully established agroecological farm where students will be trained on different agroecological principles and practices, and also farmers will also be trained on this farm. At the same time, staff of MMU who will be involved in teaching the masters in agroecology will be involved in doing research on this farm at the Mountains of the Moon University on principles and practices of agriculture. On this farm, we are having different sections. One of the sections, mainly 3 sections. One of the sections is a crop section. As you will see, there are different crops here which we are growing. Then also we are having an animal section. Then also we are having a section of environmental conservation. Or under crop section, we are having different crops which we are trying to establish, and we are using these crops to train farmers. One of the main crops we have established are bananas. And under banana plantation, as you can see around here, we are intercropping it with a crop called mukuna, which is a nitrogen fixing crop at the same time as a cover crop, and also this acts as a fodder for goats. As we shall see, as a farm we are having also animals, which I'm about to talk about. Then other crops we are having sweet potatoes, we are having cassava, we are having yams. All some of these crops act as food security for Rwenzori region. And this demo farm is a part of the other demo gardens that have been established by this project in different areas of Rwenzori region, where we have Bundibujo, we have Kasese, we have Chinjojo, we have Kamwengi. So there are different gardens in these different districts, where some of these gardens will also be used by farmers to train other farmers as part of the project activity. Then to come on again on crops, we are having crops which acts as source for Rwenzori region and mainly for local source. We have what we call in our local language a swiga. Then we have also what we call a nyamsiri. Then we have also a njagi in Rutoro, our local language. Some people call them eggplants. Then also we are having other crops which can act as supplementary or we call them vegetables. So on this demo we are growing sukuma wiki, some people call it kale. We are growing cabbages. Then we are growing black nightshade, dodo, and other crops. Then on section of animals, we are having different animals which we are establishing on the demo garden. Then we are having one of the animal we have are rabbits. Rabbits is one of the animal people have tried to ignore, but as an agroecological farm, we are trying to establish it to show farmers the benefits of rearing rabbits and what the rabbits can also bring back to the farm. For example, we shall use urine as fertilizer at the same time as their wastes. Also, we are going to have birds. So these birds will give us manure. At the same time, we get feeds to feed the birds from the demo farm. Then also having goats. Goats will be used as also source of manure, which can help us to improve our state of the soil, because we know that the Rwenzori region has been very fertile, has fertile soil, but this soil has been overused for so long, so it has lost its nutrients. So we are trying to get the goat manure, goat cow dung, then we put it back in the gardens to make sure that this soil gains its nutrients. Then another animal we are trying to put on the demo farm is a cow, which we are going to use as a same zero grazing, so that we are able to collect the manure in the form of cow dung. Also, we are collecting the urine, which we shall also use to make sure that our soil again gains its nutrients. So on part of the environment, we are trying to establish different tree species which can help fix nitrogen in the soil at the same time with other nutrients. Also, it will be used as fodder for animals. For example, as you shall move around the farm, you will find out that we have planted Caliandra, we have planted Sesbania, also we have planted Albizia. All these trees help to fix nitrogen in the soil and other nutrients. At the same time, we have established fruit trees which can help supplement our diet, because we know Rwenzori region is gifted with good fertile soils, then also enough rain which can help some of our fruits to grow. So on the demo farm, we have grown already guavas, we have put mangoes, we have put avocado. Then also we are trying to establish other fruits like sugarcane, so that our demo farm shows what can we grow on the farm and what can other farmers grow, so that it improves our economy, at the same time our diet, and also conserve the environment. Because if we destroy the environment, we want our future to be bright, not to be in a mess. So as we move around, you also notify that we are near the crater lake, so we have to conserve the lake to give us water which we can use on a demo farm.
My name is Bosco Bwambale. I am a teaching staff in the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences at Mountains of the Moon University, and also a doctoral student. My research is oriented towards the role of indigenous knowledge in management of environmental hazards and disasters, and focusing on the Rwenzori. In this project, Agroecology Rwenzori, I have been a core team leader in the development of the Master of Agroecology program. And right now I will speak about three things. First, about the requirements for those that can enroll for the Master of Agroecology, and then the application process, and then lastly I'll talk about when students can be admitted. So first is academic requirements. The Master of Science Agroecology program will require that a student to be admitted for it has at least a second class bachelor degree in any discipline related to agriculture, environment, ecology, natural resources, and other related disciplines. And then the second one is about the application process. We still have a kind of a manual application process where students have to pick application forms or download them from the Mountains of the Moon University website, fill them, pay an application fee, and then deposit the filled-in application form at the Office of the Academic Registrar at Mountains of the Moon University, Saka campus. The third element that I talk about is about when can students get admitted or when do they start studies. Normally, MMU has two academic intakes as of now. That is January intake and August intake. But of course, the students can pick application forms and fill them and submit them at any time. Of course, it would mean that if they want to go for January intake, then the application forms have to be picked sometime before so that the process is done to check whether they meet the minimum requirements for admission. Of course, the last element is on fees, and this is not static because it has to change over time. More details about these can be asked when students come to pick their application forms and when they make more inquiries. Thank you.
I am Clovis Kabaseke from Mountains of the Moon University, and by profession, I'm an agroecologist. One of the greatest gifts this region is getting is to have professionals trained at a master's level in agroecology. Why do I say this? I'll first of all talk about Rwenzori region as a beautiful landscape which has the best weather, very good soils, high biodiversity, but it has fragile ecosystems. What is very, very true is that there is now very high level of environmental degradation, which is actually being caused by the farming activities of the people of the Rwenzori region. I'd like to inform all listeners that the academic programs, current and the previous ones, are not structured to solve the problems that are being caused by environmental degradation in the Rwenzori region. When I'm talking about environmental degradation, I'm talking about deforestation, I'm talking about pollution of water bodies, I'm talking about soil fertility decline, and many others, including landslides and flash floods. The academic programs which have been around have actually trained people in the conventional farming systems where there is a lot of use of poor agricultural practices like poor tillage practices which trigger soil erosion and landslides. People have been told how to start using agrochemicals which are very toxic not only to the soils but also the biodiversity, including human beings. There has been a lot of cutting down of trees because people are interested in accessing fertile soils which build up because of the decaying organic matter from leaf litter, from forests, and also to open up light for their crops and livestock. This cannot bring any sustainability in agriculture production. and this has been seen by very many farmers and all the other stakeholders in the agricultural value chain. Now, the Master of Science in Agroecology program that is starting in this region has been seen, and I truly believe it will work as an intervention which will encourage innovation. All the students will actually be taught in a way that they can innovate using scientific knowledge but blending it with indigenous knowledge which has for very many years fed millions of people in this world. In this program, experiential learning will actually be very, very important. And the teaching method, the method of delivering this program will involve teaching and demonstrations of sustainable production systems, where we talk about nutrient recycling, where we talk about ensuring that food security is enhanced. And when we talk about food security, we don't only mean having a lot of food around, but we mean having enough food all the time, which is accessible, available, healthy, and tasty, and should make a balanced diet. One can have 30 acres of matoke, but that does not mean that he has food security. The food he must have should be accessible, available, must form a balanced diet, must be safe. The methods we are going to use in delivering these Masters of Science in Agroecology will have the content and the methodologies replicable in other areas. We will ensure that when you are carrying out agroecological practices, water bodies are conserved, the soil is conserved, there is biodiversity which is conserved, there is diversity of activities on the farm not going into monocrops, and soil fertility is enhanced and improved. And this Master of Science in Agroecology will be of great benefit even at national level, because it will contribute into the achievement of Vision 2040 for this country. This Master of Science in Agroecology will actually contribute very immensely to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals at global level. More especially, Sustainable Development Goal number 2, which advocates for zero hunger. SDG number 3, which is for good health and well-being. SDG 12 for responsible consumption. SDG 13 for climate action, and SDG 15 for life on land. The graduate who will actually emerge from the training, this training of Master of Science in Agroecology, will have been equipped with skills and knowledge that can enable this student to employ himself or herself. But still, this student will be so well equipped that the opportunities for him or her to be employed locally and globally will be very high. This student can be employed to ensure that he solves the problems of the Rwenzori region, of this country at large, but even globally, he can be or she can be employed by international organizations like the Food Agriculture Organization and others which are focused on making sure that we get a sustainable world.
Dear viewers, my name is Raymond Mbabazwakame. I'm the head of Department of Agriculture in the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences at Mount Elizabeth University. I'd like to affirm to you, the viewers and our potential students, that the school has got sufficient infrastructure that will support the teaching, learning and training of agroecology students. We do have enough classrooms, we do have laboratories for both water and soil analysis. We also have a demonstration unit specifically put up for training Masters of Agriculture students. We do have a greenhouse as well, together with low-cost storage facilities, all put in place to mimic a smallholder farm. The purpose of this program is for the students to have hands-on training and to have an appropriate training that is suitable for the communities around.